Most teams' starting fives are out there tonight. There is a glaring admission from the Norwood Flames, and we will talk about that soon. It's Jackie Dover, Rick Hoffman, and Daniel Mira are referees tonight. Nothing but the Mitsubishi Motors NBL 1 Central are underway here, and Brooklyn Brewers nearly with the tap. Inside, Witten, who's into the starting five tonight for the Flames in white, heading to the left of your screen this evening here at St Francis. Now, Witten assesses her options inside. Cotton, who's been so good this season for the Flames. And a little and one to start things off with Cal Clark there.
Yeah, that's a really good finish. Mavs need to box her out. Clark is obviously very tall and she'll easily get boards. But that's an early foul for Brooklyn, as she's been in foul trouble for the last couple of weeks now.
I think that'll be one of the KO Freebies' keys to the game tonight, is that foul trouble between Cal Clark as well as Brooklyn Brewers. Who can stay out there on the floor the most and have that impact, as got the 2-0 starts of the Flames here. So passing it in here, the Mavs. This one here with Sanabria. Turns around. That's a tough shot there from Tiggy.
Shouldn't mind a fadeaway, Tiggy doesn't.
Certainly doesn't. Yeah, Antigone Sanabria. Sanabria, I should say. I'm going to get that one before the end of the night. First time calling her this season. Bella Sharpner. No problems on that one there, Will. So, Bella going to work. She's had an impressive start to this NBL 1 season. Now Cotton with the pass inside and just bobbled out of the hands of Shillabia there.
Yeah, Bella Schaffner's definitely stepped on from last season to have a good start for the Eastern Mavericks.
Yeah, it was actually last year against the Norwood Flames, Bella had her breakout game in the NBL 1 Central. Might get into that a little bit later as number 6 here in Kadisha. Carlton Nuri. And intercepted by Cotton. Feed outside here. Hinton is left open for three. That's a dangerous thing to do, because Hinton can hit it from deep.
Yeah, she can shoot the ball at a high clip, and as we see there, even with Brooklyn with the big long arms, she can still shoot it over her.
Certainly that's the case. So the Flames winning some early possessions here. Their defensive pressure was something that was highlighted by Coach Matt Hunt before the game tonight. In speaking to him pre-game, he was very giving of his time as usual. Shillabia, who I've had the pleasure of watching a lot of in the Adelaide Watu over the off-season for the women. Over to Hinton for three. Not quite. Ruiz comes down with it. Now Carlton Nuri. Back out here. Ruiz, the open three. Just a little bit to the right. Intercepted there by Schaffner. Trying to get rid of Shillabia. Now Ruiz inside. And that's a nice play there from Ruiz, really to a fellow import there.
Really good back putt by Tiggy there, and Brooklyn finding on a great pass there. If Mavs can score this, will be their opening points, which will settle them down, hopefully. Get them through offense like that will be helpful.
Antigone Sanabria at the free throw line. Started this season very well, did Sanabria, with 20 points and 27 points in her first 2 games, including Player of the Week, the Foot Locker Player of the Week, of course, in round 2. Doesn't get that second one, but first point on the board for the Eastern Mavericks tonight. Intercepted by the Flames. That's an open lane there for Hinton, and worried out of it. Great job by Watkinson to hustle her down there. Now Cotton at the top. A little wider here for Shillabia for three. No good. Ruiz, another rebound for her.
Norwood early looking to shoot the 3 ball. They must be good to get the green light from the coach.
You're right about that. Shoot it at 29% this season. Shooting for 3-point shots. There's 6:50 to go here in the first term. Cotton from outside, not quite. Big board from Clark. Offensive rebounds have been her go, and that's a big finish there from Cotton on the inside.
What a pass by Clark there. That's a really nice bounce pass into Cotton. That's be very happy if you're a guard and you've got a big who can do that.
Watkinson. She's been in very good form this season. She's found a touch. Has been noticeable. Flames, however, with the ascendancy at the moment. Cotton trying to charge into Sanabria there.
Norwood early getting a few stops. This is the way they play the game. They like playing it on the defensive end and getting scores in transition.
Winton from the baseline. Nice feed there, looking there for Hinton. And this is a great start from the Norwood Flames. Yeah, like we said, a very good record against the Eastern Mavericks. They've met 10 times. And it's 1-9 in favour of the Norwood Flames. And like we said, the Mavs broke that drought last year. Sanabria, almost. Now here for Hinton. Has a look, tries to dissect the pass there to Cotton. And comes up with it to Sanabria. She's got Schaffner available on her right if she wants her. Goes at her opponent instead, and that one out of the reaches of Schaffner.
Just got to settle yourself down. Like, you missed the first one, that was pretty unlucky. Didn't get a nice roll. Just force it a little too much. Just take your time and you'll get a... And this sort of level of basketball, I'd be pretty happy if I was a Norwood Flame person out there, if that was happening.
So Whitten now, the two tens together here. Trying to get through. You hear Watkinson. That's the quintessential little distraction, isn't it? The little woo as she's passing the ball in. Clark. Nice work on the glass there. Couldn't get the finish. Now Sanabria. Back out here to Ruiz for three. That's a great look there. Great boards there from, I think it was Miles. Now Watkinson for three, and we know that she likes the three ball from outside as Lou. Watkinson.
She's definitely worked on her game in the off-season, Watkinson has. She's definitely showing why she deserves to start in the NBL1 team.
And there's a three from outside there. I think that was from Shillabeer, if I'm not mistaken. Schaffner drives and draws. Nicely done there by Schaff. She'll head to the free throw line.
She's starting off really well. She finished last week and played really well last week, so it's good to see Bella Schaffner starting off this game pretty strong and attacking the ring.
She is one of our players to watch tonight, Bella Schaffner. I mentioned about that she had a breakout game last year against the Norwood Flames. It was on their floor down at the Arc. She had 20.6 rebounds and 1 assist. And since then, she's been averaging 16.5 points per game. So she's really started to up her points tally since that moment.
It would be definitely on Norwood's scout not to let that happen again. I could bet that.
You're right about that. Miles now. Here's Sanabria for three. Oh, from outside, Tiggy.
Got to have a hand up. I know any player who's out that deep will always like their chances. There's no hand up in the defender.
Well, there you go. 7-12 here. 4 minutes to go. The first term with TP and Will Wimshurst here. And trying to get around Sanabria is Hinton. Sanabria's got the wonderful footlocker kicks there, as you can see. Yeah, really. Sure, the bit of the orange and a little bit of splash of purple in there or something like that. Or?
Yeah, it looks really nice. She's got a very colourful shoe. You don't really see that much.
Cal Clark's look good too. It's the ruby reds. I'm not a shoe expert, as you know, Will. I just know the colours. Colourway is where I operate when it comes to shoe wear. Speaking of which, almost there from Clark. Kept alive by the Flames again. Diving to the basket is Clark, and she's fouled. Here's Cal Clark.
That's not the start Nathan Jones would be happy with, really. Both the imports are on 2 fouls in the first quarter. That's not the start he would want, so he's going to have to make a sub now. And be interesting between the two bigs tonight. I don't think there's anyone really as tall and as strong as them in the league, so it's good to see them two matching up early.
And Carla Watkinson into the game. Mickey. As Clark at the free throw line makes the first. A quiet first game against the Woodville Warriors, and then against the Southern Tigers and the South Adelaide Panthers. Really got a rebound game going, and she makes that one. 12 and 16 rebounds in consecutive games. And a lot of offensive rebounds in that as well as Watkinson. The Michaela variety. Out to Miles. Back to Watkinson. Sanabria. Almost. Here's Miles. So tough. They're getting that ball back. Watkinson on the inside. Not quite. Picked off there by Cotton. Now Hinton. Now here for Cotton. Flips it over the top there. And I think she stepped out of bounds there, maybe. I reckon was the call.
Yeah, I think she stepped out of bounds. I think that was the call by Rick Hoffman.
It didn't look like it was 3 seconds in the keep. She didn't feel like she was there too long.
I've seen longer people build a tension there.
Sit down with a cup of tea in a deck chair. So Watkinson to Watkinson. Well, there we go. We got there's a 2 out of 5 chance of getting it right out there on the floor as Sanabria from the corner. And it's going to be out of bounds, and Flames will get possession back here. 7-14. It's been good recovery from the Mavs after the first couple of minutes, after Norwood led 1-9.
Knocked down a couple of threes to come out of that timeout, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They managed to draw up some plays, and offensively they've been good this year, the Mavs, as we know. The Flames have been mid-table in that area as, oh, that is a reel in there from Cotton. The Cotton reel. And put that on your reel on Instagram as well. Wow.
Nice fadeaway there. Bit of a old-fashioned spin move into a fadeaway.
Don't mind that. Sanabria.
That'll be her third foul too, so that's not what you'd want to give away, I'm pretty sure. If I'm not wrong, that'll be her third foul.
You'll be right about that. That will be, yes, it will be her third foul. That is a huge blow. Tiki Sanabria, who's going to be spending a fair bit of time on the pine now, unfortunately. So now it's up to the rest of the depth of the Mavs really to step up here as driving hard there is Silby. Now to Turnbull, who's getting her opportunity tonight. Had so much going on, we haven't had a chance to mention the big news out of the Norwood Flames this week. It's gone global. Clark from outside for 3. Well, that's a nice hit from Clark.
It's always handy having a big who can step out and shoot the 3 ball, isn't it?
You don't mind it. There's something about Clark and the triple. So when we're talking global is Miles. Back out here to Constantopoulos. And that one rolls out of bounds. So minute 29 here, margin 12.
Yeah, Norwood would be very happy keeping Mavs to 7 points to go here and scoring 19 of their own.
Brooke Silby now. Hands it off here to Cal Clark for 3 again. It's Clark from outside.
I think Mavs need to put a hand up because I don't know if you learn after the first one. She can shoot it from outside, but they hopefully learned it on the second one.
Clark's had a tremendous start to this game. A minute left on the clock. We're going to travel baseline. This is not the start that the home side were looking for. The Flames coming out firing through Clark. He now has 10 points in the game. Shillabia guarded here by Watkinson. Now Silby. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull baseline. Feeds it nicely there, but a little too long. No. In possession here to the Flames.
You wouldn't want to see another 3 go up if you're a Mavs fan, because especially if it's Clark.
Cotton tries to drive at Watkinson. Watkinson closes Silby. Did well. Now Watkinson knows exactly where her sister is. Let's see if she's got the vision. Goes to Ruiz instead. Ruiz for the outside three. Down it goes. That's a good answer from the Mavs.
Mavs, the two bigs are trading threes at the moment. The Mavs aren't afraid to let Brooklyn shoot the ball either.
Those bigs have been pivotal in this game so far, from what we've seen already, Will.
Yeah, they both trying to state the impact. I think they might be both trying to say who's the best big in the league between them two, because they're the real two big, strong bigs in the league.
Yeah, right about that. So Turnbull at the free throw line. Makes that basket. Zilla Turnbull seeing some minutes for the first time in quite a few games.
Trying to make an impact early, I think. Trying to earn some more minutes in this game and show why he should be playing more.
Shot clock and game clock align here. 2 seconds on it. 1 second. Watkinson forces it up. And that will bring us to quarter time here on the Mitsubishi Motors NBL 1 Central. It is 10-23 in favour of the Norwood Flames. They lead.
This league has been so close for the women's this year, though. You don't know who's going to win.
And it has been for the last 3 years, roughly. As it's nothing but the Mitsubishi Motors NBL 1 Central. We're underway here for the second term. And Schillebeer. Hand off here to Silby. Coming off that curl in the corner is Ellen Turnbull.
Should be happy with that bit of confidence booster, hitting a three in the corner.
Wow. Taking the most of her opportunity. There's Ruiz.
Getting to a spot early, stealing Clark. That's where she wants to catch the ball and go to work.
Now Turnbull again. They need to hand it off. Oh, picked off here by number 13 here in Isla Millard, who's had a great start to this season too as Millard.
Yeah, she came in last game and made a big impact for Eastern and brought them back into the Southern game, actually.
Yeah, career high for Isla Millard last week. Been a rapidly rising junior. Watkinson for three. Mickey just a bit short there. Cross here now looking for Silby, who is a sharpshooter, and that one just goes long with the target. Now pushing the pace here is Miles. Needs some help. Beats it over the top to Ilya Konstantopoulos. Miles going to work. Watkinson chases after that ball and goes out of bounds.
Mavs are only playing one side of the floor at the moment. I've just seen Nathan say move the ball to his players to the other side there. Just trying to go through Brooklyn, I think, but she just didn't quite have the seal where she wanted it. Too many people on the side of the floor.
And it's just hurting them, isn't it, when you stay one side of the floor? And I was doing sideline in the KO Freebies game of the week last week, and there was a lot of that conversation and communication in the huddles from both teams at different times in the men's and the women's about getting nailed to one side of the floor. As lead in here to Clark. Back out here to Silby. Now Schillebeer. Got Millard in her sights here. And that's a travel. Excellent defense there from Millard.
Definitely just saying, I can play defense. I know I've started off strong in offense, but I want to be a lockdown defender tonight, and that's pretty handy to have for Eastern.
And Watkinson, of course, came from NBL 1 North, where her sister used to play as well. Both, I think, at the Rockhampton Cyclones, if I'm not mistaken, as Miles. Back out here now looking for almost there for Watkinson again.
Good ball movement by Mavs getting to the second side. That's what we said just before, and they did it, and they got an open three.
Schillebeer. Back to Turnbull. Now into Anika Iskardagi Montenegro, who's out there on the floor. Three there, almost from Silby. Another offensive rebound for the Flames. That is rebound number 4 on the offensive glass for them. Schillebeer trying to work her way through, and it goes in and out of the cylinder.
I think that's the first miss off on offensive rebounds for Norwood this half. I think they just kept on. Every time they get a score, they always look better than what they do after the first look.
Right about that, as Sharpner comes back into the game here for Watkinson. Let's see what they run here, the Mavs. Sharpner. Feed here, gets the handoff from Miles. Attempted secondary handoff there. Schaffner, baseline. Oh, great cut there from Miles. Just couldn't get the finish. It was excellent play there. Hinton now. He's got Ruiz in front of her. Defers. Goes out here looking for Cotton. Tries to spin her way through. And Ruiz picks it up.
Good defense by Eastern there. Just getting a little flick from behind and get the steal.
Constantopoulos. Oh, nice hand there from Nika as Carnegie Montenegro. It just, oh, it's still in play. It stayed in bounds. It just got away there from Anika.
Well, I'd like to see Brooklyn just go to the post at the moment. She's got a bit of a size difference down there for Eastern. I think at the moment Clark's not on, so you go put a bit of a present in the paint.
So the experience, Kadisha Kutanyuri back in the game. It's been great to see her back playing basketball again. A couple of years with the Sturt Sabres and most of her time with the Eastern Mavericks, part of that 2019 group. And went all the way to the Final Three, of course, all these years ago. Feed out here to Constantopoulos. Oh, turn. Anika, it's Carnegie Montenegro. Inside out. And great finish there from Ellie.
Looking at Norwood's coach, he isn't happy with that one. They played some really solid defense for 4 minutes and give up an easy points.
Low scoring second term so far. Probably favours the Norwood Flames in how that's going at the moment, considering that the Mavs are the number 2 team in the competition for points per game. And they also give up the most points in competition with number 10 in the competition. 91 per game is foul there. Possession of the Mavs here.
I really like this full court defense by Norwood. It's just getting the ball out of the point guard at the moment.
It's trap-like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although look at Kutanyuri picking off the pace there. Oh, broke through Schaffner. Did Schillebeer. And Schillebeer gets the finish. 14-28, 14 points the margin here. Schaffner now sees an opening. Trying to get in there is Dorr. Cotton. Got Dorr in front of her. Schillebeer. Hinton feeds it off here to Witten. Shot clock to 10. Witten driving against Millard. Trying to get the roll off the cylinder. No good.
It's a good move. I don't mind that from... Who was it? Who was played that? Number 10 for Norwood.
Jemima Witten.
Yeah, she had a really good finish there. Just unlucky to make that.
Constantopoulos has a look at it. Goes to the left there. And contesting for it baseline. I think there was Miles. And I think we got a naming timeout going the way of the Norwood Flames.
It's a good
head to their huddle.
It's a good timeout by Norwood's coach. Nothing's really changed in the game, and you just don't want to...
And NBL 1 Central all those years ago, or Premier League and that. The only one we could think of was Kayla Francis, George, of course, who played for the Eastern Mavericks in the ABA. And Coach Michael Williams, I heard I was able to dig up before the game, Will.
Yeah, Michael Williams is still well known around the Mavs as a head coach.
You can see him watching the game here to our left here as Cal Clark. That's a beautiful move on the inside. She's having a great game so far, Cal Clark. Up to 12 now. And then she gets the ball back off Millard. Now trying to push it here is Schillebeer. Clark now, handoff here to Hinton. Sorry, to Witten, I should say. Cotton. Clark. Just so hard to stop at the moment. Good defense there from Ruiz, not to foul her.
Good offense by Norwood, getting a cross screen for Clark and just getting the ball at the high post. Seeing what she can create out of that.
Trying to force Ruiz into that second foul, aren't they? Schaffner is surrounded by Flames. She was engulfed there. There's flick out wide here, looking for Ruiz for 3. No good. Flames come down with it. Schillebeer open for 3. Don't do that. Don't do that if you're the Mavs. You got to know Schillebeer and her MO.
Well, we said it before the game that Norwood likes shooting the 3 ball, and Mavs really haven't said, beat me somewhere else. They're letting them do it. Bella Schaffner on cue there to score again. Stepping up in this second term for Easton.
Needed that, Schaffner. Her first points of the night. Bella Schaffner. Hinton goes to work on the right hand over the top of Schaffner. Left Clark open for three, and she's shown she can hit it from outside. And she's now up to 15 points in the first half and shooting over 60% from the field, Will.
Yeah, they obviously letting her do what she wants because she's just catching it and shooting. She's not taking any dribbles. As Norwood get another steal, and they're going back to this trap again. And I think it's really working for them at the moment for Norwood. They'll be pretty happy with it.
Schaffner open for three. That one to the left. It's the case the Flames being able to take the most of their opportunities at the offensive end of the floor at the moment. Shillabeer now. Back out to Clark, who's been so good in this first half. Hinton controlling things nicely. Shillabeer guarded by Schaffner. A little wider here, looking for Hinton again. Drives, right hand, just a little strong.
Hinton's played well tonight. She played a role, just playing as a point guard, a leader, not just to score, just finding the open player.
Dorr now. Out to Millard. Back to Schaffner. Trying to get through traffic. Dorr forced to shoot. Not quite. 2:15 to go here.
You can see Norwood taking away Brooklyn's post action now, so Mavs have to find another way to get Brooklyn involved.
10-2 in favour of the Flames the last couple of minutes here, Will.
Yeah, they got in a run, they're getting some stops, and that's the way they play.
They're driving the play here at the moment. As Cotton inside, couldn't get it. It's a good board there from Cotton Yuri. Now Sharpner's got an open lane against Shillabeer, draws the contact nicely. Does Bella Sharpner, crafty there. She'll go to the free throw line.
Playing her style of basketball, isn't she? Getting out running. That's the way Bella likes playing. She doesn't really like getting into a half court, I don't think, because probably one of the fastest in the league I see at the moment. I haven't seen too many people be able to catch her when she gets ahead of her run.
Yeah, she's been excellent in that department, has Schaffner. Now, on a computer in front of us, it's come up as 0 points for Schaffner, but I'm pretty certain she's got 2 already in this game. I'm sure they'll catch it up at halftime. So.
Yeah, she definitely just scored before.
Well, she has now. She got 3 in the game. $17:38 here. Minute 45 to go here in this first half here on the Mitsubishi Motors NBL 1 Central. It's Witten. Now to Clark. Try to guard, get around the fellow number 30 in Ellie Constantopoulos. Hinton from a long way out. A little too long. We'll go out of bounds.
Credit to Ellie Constantopoulos here. She's definitely stepped up and just had a role, just to be physical on Clark at the moment, just to get her out of her comfort zone. She's just getting everything what she wants at the moment, Clark. So that's a good change by Nathan Jones.
We'll see if they can chip this margin back just to mid-teens, perhaps. By the half. The Mavs is Cutting Yuri. Ruiz for 3, just a little long. That hit the upright. We'll go back the way of the Flames. Yeah, it's been much better ball control and care from the Mavs the last couple of minutes. They just haven't been able to hit shots from the field, which has been a strength of theirs this season.
Yeah, you got to have a game where it's not working quite, don't you? It's always going to come at least once in the season, and at the moment it looks like Mavs are starting to get that tonight, aren't they?
All right. Cotton just trying to get rid of Constantopoulos. Had some words there for Ellie.
Cotton's definitely likes the post-up, I've noticed. She likes to go post-up and use her strength around the ring.
Former Forestville Eagle junior. Houston Christian University. She's done her college work. Silby from outside, and she is a sharp shooter from outside. It's Brooke Silby.
That's just too easy off of inbounds. You're going to know where your player is as knowing where the ball is.
She had 6 points last week. I think they all came from the three-point line, if I'm not mistaken. As Ruiz tries to get around Clark. Watkinson. Nice deferred pass there. Great hand there from Cotton. Now Hinton takes on Carton Yuri. Back out to Silby. Here's Clark again. Gets around Ruiz. The hand up from Cotton to Witten. Shot clock to 8 here. And nice take from Hinton.
Defense, that's would be a thing what Nathan Jones is looking at. He's just coaching staff saying that.
2 seconds on the clock here. 1 second. Sharpness just got to shaft it up, but not quite in for Bella Schaffner. It is 17-43 here in the Mitsubishi Motors NBL 1 Central. In the NBL 1 North this season, from what I've seen, with the Cairns Dolphins.
And she can play too.
And she can indeed. There's nothing but the Mitsubishi Motors NBL 1 Central. We're underway here for the third term. There's Watkinson. Let's see what they come up with here. Cutting Yuri. Cutting to the basket. Nicely done on the left there. Just couldn't get the finish.
Early getting 2 feet in the paint. They didn't do that much in the first half, so that's a good look for Easton.
I didn't mind that from Cutting Yuri. She did a great job with that as Hinton. The other way now here for Shillabeer. Feet inside here looking for Clark. And Clark continues to absolutely demolish the Mavs at the moment.
Yeah, she's stepping up really well tonight. I've been a big fan of Clark. She just plays her role. She gets the ball and she knows where the ring is all the time, I think. And Norwood really do use her too. They use her height and her strength around the ring and the ability to shoot the ball.
She completes the three-point play too. Great way for her to start. 15 points in the first half, up to 18 now in the game. So high score of the season, officially. And we're not even a minute into the second half here. Sharpner with the spin. Oh, couldn't get the English on the ball to fall in there.
It's a really good spin move. That's what she can play like that. Sharpner, she can use her footwork really well, and that was really nice. Unlucky with the finish.
The brother has the same move too, doesn't he?
Yep.
From what I understand, is Shillabeer. Oh, big hands there from Watkinson, and then handed it back to Hinton. In the corner here, Witten. There's the crush there from Clark. Now Carton Yuri surveys her options, finds Sanabria for a much-needed basket for the Mavs.
Very good by Tiggy there, getting out on the break. Knows Easton had the ball there, so she got out and run. I don't even think Mavs knew that she was there.
6 points now for Sanabria. Guarded by Witten.
Mavs are stepping up their defense to start this half. It's a bit of a different sort of, a bit more ball pressure, I see.
It's good to see as Carton Yuri. Get it in here to Sharpner. Sharpner needs something to come at her. It's a lot of movement off the ball from the Mavs. Where's she going now? Back to Carton Yuri. Just trying to step her way through. That was crafty there from Kadisha. Not quite. Back come the Flames. Skip pass out wide here from Cotton to Hinton. Now into Clark again. Intercepted by Watkinson. And Lou Watkinson loses the ball out of bounds, unfortunately, there.
I think that's the third turnover for Norwood in this quarter already, so pretty hot start. They'll be willing to get a bit settled, I think, if you're a Norwood Flame fan.
Yeah, you're right about that. Norwood had just 5 turnovers at the half. Now got that 8. Mind you, the Mavs now have 10 for the game as well. As they want to work here. Cotton, oh, nice step through. Oh, it was beautiful on the right hand.
Beautiful pump fake. Show the
Cotton.
ball.
Schaffner. Here is Sanabria. Attacks the cup. Got to be careful on the box out. Because that's where you're going to pick up your 4th foul, isn't it? On that box out. Just going to be really, really careful. You want to be in the contest, but also don't want to give up the very, very cheap foul on the rebound.
Yeah, you don't want a silly foul on the rebound. Just want to make sure, if you're going to get your foul, make sure it's not going to be anything silly. It's really worth it.
Much better pressure here from both teams, actually. And particularly the Mavs.
They've actually just missed a lot of easy laps, haven't they, Mavs? That'd be really in if they made all their laps, not?
Brewers now, out here. Carton Yuri to the left. The hand of apologetics there from Kadisha Carton Yuri.
I think it's a good shot for her, though. I think if she can shoot the ball, I think she was open. It's a good shot.
Definitely. Just the execution of That's all. The idea was right, as they say. Oh, hinted. Playing with the timeline there. Now Shillabeer drives and draws the 2 on who? Foul is on Sharpner, I think.
I think Sharpner just gave her a little push from behind.
She's just shaking her head a little bit there. The shoulders are slumped slightly. Is that Chris Caldecott who says, like, she's been put in the naughty corner? One of our fellow commentators in the Game of the Week team. Thought that was appropriate for that moment as Carton Yuri back here to Schaffner. Speaking of which, she's out of it now. Oh, almost.
She wouldn't be happy with herself tonight, Schaffner, because she normally makes a lot of laps, and they're just not falling for her tonight. Just not a bit of luck on her side she needs at the moment.
Had a couple of different looks, hasn't she? Quite be able to finish. She'll be a baseline. That's nice. Oh, just left it a little short. Carton Yuri now. What does Watkinson do here? Carton Yuri driving through, trying to find Ruiz. Now here, Watkinson for 3. Bang!
Really good.
Needed that.
Really good ball movement by Mavs again. Starting to get some stops, and it's actually looking really nice for them at the moment. They're finding ways to get good shots.
It's a good start from them. 5-6 in the term. The Mavs have come out renewed.
That's another turnover for Norwood.
They're stepping it up with their intensity. Watkinson for back-to-back, just a little short. She was erring there.
Bit of a heat check, I think, for Watkinson there.
Cotton. Now to Shillabeer. Clark. Back to Witten. Assesses her options. Now Clark goes baseline. Back out to Cotton. 2 seconds on the clock. Cotton's got to put it up. No good. Schaffner comes down with a rebound.
Unfriendly roll there.
Transition here for Watkinson. Thought about pulling up for 3. Saw Ruiz in a better position and can't finish it, but she'll go to the charity stripe for 2 here.
Watkinson's stepping up big time. Offensively, actually, she's getting some stops as well. She's getting her hand and getting some deflection, so it's really good. She could have shot the 3 ball, but she gets the pass instead.
Using her experience here. Amy timeout, heading the way of Ruiz. Head to the free throw line here. Rainbow Hawaii College. Off the top of my head.
She'll be happy to see that one go through. Bit of a confident thing. She's shooting the ball. Looks really nice. It's just not going in for her. So let's hopefully gets it going for her.
Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. That's it. I knew I was close. Here's Turnbull. Trying to go against Miller. There's 2 young guns going at it. Although Ella Turnbull's been in the system for quite some time with the Flames. Now Turnbull decides to float it up. Good take there by Millard. Now Schaffner. Surrounded there by Shillabeer with her length. That's always tough. Watkinson. Strong drive. Got through a few. Just a little strong.
It's a good move. Way to get 2 feet in the paint, and it looks really nice. It's just not rolling in for him tonight.
Turnbull. Tried to feed it inside. Picked up by Ruiz.
It's another turnover for Norwood.
Margin back to 25 here. Schaffner. Now Shillabeer out here to Witten. Back to Cotton. Turnbull assesses her options. Clark. Shillabeer. Found some space. Just comes up short. Ruiz is really proving problems in the paint at the moment as Millard. Now here, Sanabria slipped over. Fed it back here to Ruiz. Sanabria might be available when underneath. She is with the and one. And not quite ready to pop it in there, Tiggy.
It's just bouncing out for both teams at the moment. The ball just saying, I do not want to go through. I'll just keep bouncing around and find my exit off the ring.
I've seen this a couple of times in many forms of basketball where sometimes you you get the right shots, you get to the right place, and the ball just does not want to go down. And you just wonder how you persist through it, don't you? And unfortunately, I just did that.
You start having a bit of a praying in yourself.
It plays on your mind, doesn't it? It plays on your psyche. But she's an extremely talented player, is Sanabria. And unfortunately, it's just not going down tonight at the points end, so maybe she can pick it up at the defensive end of the floor. She's got the length. The issue is that she's hamstrung with 3 fouls as Hinton. It's Cotton. Turnbull inside to Clark. It's a good matchup for Clark. Oh, blocked there by Ruiz. Brooklyn with a block. Got rid of Clark. Now Schaffner. A little wider here. Watkinson for 3, and that's her MO from outside.
Mavs stepping up defensively. We said this a few times this quarter, and again, Ruiz is just saying, I'm not letting Clark score in this quarter, and it's definitely putting it on Clark at the moment, who can play better.
Now winning the quarter 10-6 at the moment, the Eastern Mavericks. This is a turnaround from what we saw in many games last season. They just didn't have the energy and the pep to get back into the contest.
You just don't want to get in a bit of foul trouble. I think that was Bella's second foul, that one, and she wasn't happy with it, but you're just going to keep getting stops. That's what they're doing. You just don't want to bail them out and send them to the free throw line.
Hinton at the free throw line. Season high 15 points last week. She's got good forms against the Eastern Mavericks. She's had 9 and 8 in their previous 2 games last season. Norwood winning back at home 86-70 in their second meeting last season. And of course, the Mavs winning that first one, their only win since 2019. Schaffner. Assesses her options here to Sanabria. Now Millard open for 3, just a little bit to the right. Oh, it's going to pinball its way through. And then Turnbull ends up with the winning ticket. Cotton. Whitson. Hinton's got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Not much to go to. Cotton now around Millard. Cotton had the strength and did it really well. And that's the difference right there.
Yeah, using her size and strength to get the finish she wanted in that one. Easy push off and just score.
Schaffner to the Carband 1. Bella blitzed her way through, and Ruiz with the feed there.
Yeah, it's a good move by Easton, just giving the ball to Ruiz and playing off a bit of a high pick and roll in a way out of that. Just a good move, and I don't mind that play, getting Bella Schaffner downhill, and that's where she plays her best basketball around the ring.
100% right on that one. Seen her dive to the cup numerous times in her breakout season last year for the Eastern Mavericks, the former Forestville Eagle junior. So a few Forestville Eagle juniors playing for the Mavs again this season. It's Cotton for 3 from outside.
That'll be a confidence booster for Cotton there. Most of her points came from in the paint, and that just looked really smooth off the hands.
Into double figures now is Amy Cotton. Shooting the ball at 50% of the field. Very efficient in what she's doing at the moment. Schaffner now. Watkinson. They're trying to take away her space. Good job by Hinton. Recognised that Witten was ahead of the play. Goes against Millard. And Millard did a good job not to foul. And in there is Sanabria.
So really good defense by Miller there. Miller. She just took the hit and got the stop.
There we go, and we got ourselves eventually a game. So let's see what they draw up here. The Norwood Flames got a baseline out of bounds. Nika is Carnegie Montenegro is out there on the floor as well for the Flames. Silby now to Hinton. Just a little short there from Hinton. Oh, jab shot there. Schaffner considers her option. Decides to go on her own. Ruiz on the O glass and got the finish.
It's a good size mismatch down there without Clark being on the court. So Ruiz just find the easy rebounds for 2 points down there.
She's been really important tonight, Brooklyn Ruiz, for this Mavs team. She's now got 9 points and 9 rebounds. The Cotton comes up short on that 3. Schaffner's been really important in this third term. Ruiz turns the corner. Handoff, nowhere to go. Goes on her own instead. And one for Brooklyn. She built herself the bridge. Right there, Brooklyn.
Just a good finish, getting the ball in the high post and using her size over the Norwood's defence there. And good knockdown, including the foul there.
Great work from Brooklyn Ruiz. Makes the free throw too. Double figures for her now.
You have to see Clark step back in now since Brooklyn's starting to make a big presence in this game.
The recognition there for Matt Hunt to do that straight away was really important. Clark now answers. Right on cue there, Will.
Yeah, just had a good seal on Brooklyn there. Just really good by Norwood finding the ball.
35 to 58 here. Last 40 seconds of this third term. Sanabria. Nice little no-look pass to Ruiz. Trying to get it there to Watkinson. Now Ruiz turns the corner. Decides to go on her own. Hinton comes down with it. They can get the last play here, the Flames, but going through. And that's going to be off the hand of one of the incoming Mavs players. So I think it should be 18 seconds on the shot clock here. Which means that the shot clock and game clock are aligned. Hinton for two. That's too easy from Hinton. Sharpner now with it. As the shot clock and game clock are aligned. Sharpner diving. We've got a holding foul here.
She gets 2 shots out of this. Sharpner's stepping up big. It's not always on the points for Sharpner. It's just getting some stops and getting herself going that way, I think, to start off.
Yeah, she's been driving the ball hard. Bella Sharpner will head to the free throw line.
She'll be very happy if she can make both of these.
So Cal Clark with 20 points and 12 rebounds in this game this evening. As Sharpner, free throw line, misses a couple of those. Now, chance here for the Flames. 5 seconds on the clock. 4 seconds. Great feed there to Clark. Ruiz worried her out of it. They try to get it to Sharpner. Sharpner just heaves it up, and that's not a bad effort considering all the pressure she was under. And that brings us to three-quarter time of the Mitsubishi Motors MBO1 Central. Really turned it around in the splits last season. There weren't too many, so that's the thing. Like you gotta make sure that you get back within striking distance. As nothing but the Mitsubishi Motors MBO1 Central, 4th term underway. Watkinson's been productive tonight. The numbers don't show her influence in this contest as Sharpner. She has been good, and a little reverse is her MO.
She'll be very happy to see that ball going through because she's finding ways to get it tonight, so she'll be really happy to see that go through.
She loves that reverse layup finish. One of the few in the league that actually has that real sort of strong look, as there's the finish there from the Flames. 37-62 here. Sanabria. Now to Watkinson. Step back. Couldn't get it. Sharpner kept it in temporarily.
You don't see a step back too much in this league, and I think that's why, because I just think the defense is too good to get a step back three off.
So the Flames themselves, they want to be making sure that they push this margin out even further than where they are at the moment. Done a great job without Dara Mabry in this lineup tonight. Destroying the foul there is Hinton. In case you didn't catch it, I'm sure everyone's aware of it now, but Dara Mabry probably won't be playing for the Norwood Flames the rest of the season because she's got a contract with the Toronto Tempo in the WNBA. And is that the free throw line? Here's Maddie Hinton, former South Adelaide Panther from years ago.
Credit to Norwood too. Your first game off without one of your main players, and they've just find different ways to score the ball. And I've been a fan of the way they've played, just giving everyone a bit of a touch and getting around, and they're finding scores not from one person but for the whole team.
Exactly. 37-64. 8:45 to go. Sharpner trying to just get through a couple. Now, she draws the foul there, but she did try to take 3 players on at once and got herself in a sandwich there. And I don't know if that's the delivery that Nathan Jones is looking for.
Mavs a bit off ball, I think. Bella's trying to create, and they're just all standing, expecting her to find the pass, I think, at the moment.
Schaffner. Assesses her options. 14 seconds on the shot clock. That's a tough grab there from Brewers. That belongs on a footy field. Clark coming over the top of a little spoil.
It's a good spoil on the footy, I think, but it's not quite footy in here, I don't think.
No, that's exactly right. Just a contact from behind as Sanabria just trying to get this one in, and Brewers just using her size to create the gap there for Sanabria, and she draws the foul. She's done a great job in this second half, making herself available at the offensive end of the floor, just trying to work our way through a little bit of a funk within this game.
Have noticed Norwood have put a lot of time and effort into her, though. They're just not letting her catch the ball where she wants to get downhill. They're putting a lot of pressure up the floor, denying the pass.
Oh, missed free throw for Tiggy. Sanabria. It's just been a difficult night from the charity stripe tonight for Sanabria. And she makes that one. There we go. The reverse commentator's curse there, Will.
It's always happened eventually, doesn't it?
It does. It happens both ways, I believe. Like you know, it sort of evens itself, you know. A bit like Mortal Kombat, you know, like, you know, sort of like, you know, eventually the good guys win, despite it all looking that way. As so we got an offensive foul here on Cal Clark.
It's really good by Bella Schaffner. Just reading the play well, knowing where the big's going to roll, and that's what you would like as a coaching staff, is just when your guards take a hit to the chest.
Schaffner now. Up top here to Watkinson. Oh, almost stolen there by Clark. She's been clearly one of the best players tonight in this contest as Silby. Nika is Cartagena Montenegro. Better inside to Clark. Clark goes to work. Oh, how's the footwork from Clark?
Been a good battle between the two bigs tonight. I've been lucky enough to see it in person. I think no one's really got the edge at the moment. Clark's definitely got the edge on the scoreboard, but it's been a really strong battle between them.
I think what's impressive is efficiency. There's, little backdoor cut here. Sanabria sees the drive and draws the foul. We'll head back to the free throw line, Sanabria.
Early on, Norwood are a bit in foul trouble as a team. They already got there over the limit with 5 fouls in the quarter. Not even 3 minutes been played. Mavs obviously want to drive the ball and find the way to get the contact and earn themselves the trip to the free throw line.
Sanabria makes the first. So it's interesting when you see a free throw go down, isn't it? How the others just seem to flow a little bit more, and the head starts to clear, and you get back to what makes you knock them down, and look at that.
I bet you should be very pumped up with them last 3 trips to the free throw line.
3 of the last 3 from her attempts there. Margin 26. Can the Mavs ease this back to under 20? That's the next step of this. As worried out of the points there was Schillebeer. Ricochets wide here to Watkinson. There's still 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go here. There's plenty of game clock for the Mavs to play with here at home. Watkinson for 3. Just short. Chases her own board. Schaffner was there as well, and I think Watkinson just worried out of it there herself. Now Schillebeer.
Very fast at the moment, up and down. Both teams want to... One team wants to make it a bigger lead, and the other one wants to bring it back. Watkinson
for 3. A little bit to the left. Big boards from Schaffner. She was the smallest one in the pack. Took it down. Watkinson sees the open lane. And good defense there from the Flames.
Would not be the person you want to get going if you're a Flames fan as Watkinson. She's getting a couple of open looks. She'll be waiting to see one go down.
Clark to Hinton for the floater. And it just seems at the moment that both teams cannot find the basket that either sends this game one way or the other. It is It's on a scale at the moment, isn't it? Sort of not balancing one way or the other. And as a result, considering what stage of the season we are with how well they're playing.
Yeah, they be interesting to see if they can improve at the moment. They've started off really hot, and it's very hard to get better when you're undefeated.
Oh, you're right about that. They're just working some pieces in the Sturt Sabres at the moment as there's a finish there from Watkinson from outside. That's a great play. Ran out of the timeout there. Excellent work by the Mavs coaching staff down there to get Watkinson the ball. The players did execute the plan though. 23-66, margin 23. It's just not quite out of reach yet for the Mavs. Hinton fouled hard. And head to the free throw line, will Matty Hinton. He's got 15 points on the night, Will.
Yeah, I really liked her game. She hasn't looked every time to score the ball. She looks first for the pass first, I think. Pass first point guard, which is always handy to have, but understanding when it's yours to go get, I think.
She's been trying to facilitate as Bella Sharpton picks up a fourth personal foul.
She definitely made that sure that foul was a hard foul, though, Bella Sharpton did.
Hinton makes that one. That will be now her season high. After 15 points and 4 rebounds against the Norwood Flame, against the North LA Rockets last week. Almost there. 43-68 from those free throws. Ooh. Schaffner. Ellie Constantopoulos took a little walk there.
I think she was in two minds. Do I shoot it or drive? I think Ellie was there. I think she was sort of... The way her reaction was, she said, I should have shot that one.
And you're saying that the head wasn't talking to the feet?
Yep.
Happens to the best of us. 23-68. 5:25 to go here in the fourth term with TP and Will Wimshurst tonight. Here on your call as Cotton turns and there's the foul. Foul is on Sanabria. That'll be her fourth personal foul.
She hasn't picked up a foul since the first quarter.
Exactly.
She's played really good defense for the rest of the game.
She got 3 fouls in the first term, as she said. Cotton at the free throw line. She's been ultra consistent this season, has Amy Cotton. 19 points, 18 points, 19 points and 14 points. She only had the 4 points, 11 rebounds last week, though. 14 and 8 on the season, her average currently. Really intercepted there by Schillerbeer. Then drives and almost finished it at both ends, coast to coast. Schillerbeer downhill. Almost there for her.
She reads the play really well, Schillerbeer does. She intersteps to the ball, and when she gets going, she looks very quick and easy to lay the ball up.
You're right about that. So Schillerbeer at the free throw line. So I was saying about that she played for the Adelaide Watu in the off-season, and she actually scored against Latrobe University 25 points. She was excellent in that game. She really showed a scoring punch. And she was very much the player of the season for the Adelaide Watu.
Very handy to have as a good off-season, I think, but coming into this league. 15
points and 6 rebounds per game across the 9 games that they played. In fact, they got to their first final in their history. Short history, about 4 or 5 years for the Watu women. And to give you a bit of an idea as well of how much the Norwood Flames are involved with that, Jemima Witten as well as Anika Escartagi Montenegro in that team as well.
It's really good to see players going somewhere else in the off-season, even if it's just a different comp. You've got to keep working on your game.
Oh, there's a huge three from outside from Cotton. That's a big, big triple for her. At the very right moment for the Flames. 43-73 here. This game has felt much closer than the margin suggests, particularly in the second half. That's where the battle is at the moment. So looking at that, it's 26-27 in the second half.
It's been a good battle in the second half. You get rid of the first half, and it's been such a different game, really.
Well, even the 10-23 wasn't that bad in the first term. It was the 7-20 in the second term for the Flames, where they got on top of this game. That's a catch and shoot there from Watkinson. Clark comes down with it. making a pretty big case for our Foot Locker player of the game with a 15th rebound now.
Definitely got that double-double, hasn't she, Clark?
Well, against the Southern Tigers a few weeks back, Cal Clark actually got our Foot Locker player of the game, and she didn't have as big a numbers as Dara Maybury that night, but Clark was very important defensively against the Tigers, keeping the poor paint pair of Molly McKendrick and Holly Forbes quiet at night as Cotton.
That's very hard to do. I was lucky enough to watch Molly McKendrick last week, and she had a very good game.
She's in some form at the moment, isn't she? So, just playing her absolute best at the moment. You just keep thinking that, you know, as she goes on, that, you know, she'll start to peter off, but nope. She just continues to produce the same level of excellence as Molly McKendrick. She is a professional in every sense of the word.
Yep.
43-75 here. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Watkinson. Konstantopoulos turns the corner, drives just a little strong. Here's Schillerbeer, who's emerging as a player in this second half. Cotton. And now she draws the foul, and all of a sudden the Flames are now right here at St Francis de Sales.
Cotton's played really well tonight. I think she's just getting the ball into the paint, and Mavs will find it really hard to guard her tonight. She's very strong, so she can use her strength to sort of bully her way into the key, I think.
So into the game comes number 14 for the Mavericks in Malia James. Both these teams have players that are away tonight. Ruby Stockley for the Eastern Mavericks, of course, at SA Country.
Yeah, at the national championships over there.
Yeah, with a former teammate in Daisy Hocking. I won't go into too much detail about that for the Mavs fans. But she is having a great season so far for the South LA Panthers as Daisy as well. And then from obviously Norwood's perspective, you've got Lara Gribben, you've got Annie Elliott, who's having a great tournament so far, and you've got also, I believe, Caitlin Harden as well for the Norwood Flames. So a few players away out of both these sides, and it's given an opportunity for players to step up tonight, Will.
Yeah, it's good to see our young players get to go over there and show their talents outside the NBL one, but it's good to see also players like this stepping up.
Cotton now. Has to go over the top there, no good. Back the other way come the Mavs. That's a long pass there, looking for Sanabria, and Sanabria, she's been great in the second half. She's done exactly what she's needed to do, and got herself now to 9 points for the evening. In fact, 11 points, double figures now.
Played a role after being in foul trouble, just finding ways to score.
Cotton now. Trying to look for an option. Silby from outside. No good, and that one out of bounds.
Like we said earlier, both teams want to make this margin either bigger or smaller, as we said about the splits earlier. So it will not be over yet. They'll keep playing this one out and fighting hard.
Absolutely. You want to make sure that you get that margin down as much as possible. Floated in there nicely there. And Malia James, I think, with the finish there. No, in fact, it was Sanabria. 47-78. Yeah, I thought so too. Now Turnbull's out there with Witten to Cotton, and sort of got this one sorted now. The weather, a little bit of a Maverick storm coming at them, as from outside there, Brooke Silby, another 3 for her, and that'll take her to 6 for the evening.
I really like the way Norwood move the ball offensively. They're not just stuck with one person being able to just hold on to it. They just like moving it.
That shows up in their 19 assists for the night. Konstantopoulos tries her luck from outside. The Bigs have tried their luck from outside tonight. Sanabria. Nice cut, baseline. James on the baseline from Sanabria.
Sanabria is picking it up for Eastern without some of their starters on, just finding ways to score the ball and pass the ball too.
Great job there from Malia James too. Missed that basket. Scored some points in 2024, did Malia James. She's been around the mark for a little while, as Here we go. We got some more subs coming now. Into the game comes Misha Buckley. Buckley's been around the Norwood Flames junior program for a little while at the youth level. And I was saying to you just off air before, actually coached Will for a couple of games at the SA Church Stars Basketball Club when she played there in the juniors. And on the junior girls team.
And as you'll see in this, both teams will probably give it a red hot crack because a lot of these young players want to earn their minutes and their spot in the team and get some more minutes in following games.
And that's the thing, is just being able to show that you can fit in the system, can't you? Run the plays, run the offences. So when you're called upon, it's your time as Sanabria draws the foul.
Ooh, she looks down. That's not a good look for Eastern fans.
I think she's okay. I think it's just just taking a little while to get up. Sanabria, if I'm not mistaken, had some early baskets in this game, and she went quiet, obviously, with that foul trouble. She's moved her way to... She's about 9 points in the second half, I reckon, Sanabria.
There's a big difference for Mavs when she's off the court. She plays a big role in this team, I think, just offensively and defensively, and just the pace she plays with.
She's been in the free throw line a few times now, so it's 5 of 8 for Sanabria on the free throw line this evening. 5 of 9, in fact. And there we go, just evens it out at the 50% for the night. That kind of sums up her night, Sanabria, from the free throw line.
Sums up most of the game for both teams, really, just rolling around and rolls out, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right about that. We were talking about that under 18s before, as we are now walking to the other end, as getting some free throws here will be Maddie Webber. She has scored this season so far, so chance for Webber to add her points to the tally tonight. I was just saying before that obviously in the classification games in the under 18s, we actually had both SA Metro and SA Country taking on each other in the girls, and Metro got the job done by 10 points about yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah, it was yesterday, and it was a really good game to watch, and it's credit to both teams and how much basketball of South Australia is growing.
We've got some really good talent in SA Metro as well as SA Country. There's that one from outside. And some of that talent's going to come through to the under-20s, isn't it, in the next couple of seasons or next couple of years. So that's going to be exciting to watch as Turnbull. They all disappeared from her. Great cut there from AUM. Oh, good. Sanabria trying to get through traffic. Now James feeds out wide here. Konstantopoulos a little short on it. Turnbull now might get the last look here. Good feed inside to Webber. They'll try and look for Buckley. Buckley puts it up just a little long. Has a wry smile to herself, does Buckley. 17 seconds here.
And I reckon Mavs will still get a shut up. They would want to get a shut up, I would recommend.
Well, the Mavs have not scored 77 against the Flames since 2019. And it's happened again tonight. And the Flames continue their strong record over the Eastern Mavericks in the women's. They have now won 10 of the last 11 meetings. And it is a win by 40 points, 52-82 here at St. Francis.